Hello everyone, before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, click on that notification bell, share, like, dislike, comment, let us know what you're thinking. You could also leave a review and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and wherever you get your podcasts. And if you want to leave a donation to the Angel of Words Entertainment Podcast, you can do so at Cash App AOWNYC. Now, today on the Angel of Words podcast, we continue with our boxing series, The Sweet Science, with Angel of Words boxing correspondents Didi Vega and Chris Jenrette on deck on the Angel of Words podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Angel of Words podcast. I'm your host, Angel of Words, and today, backed by popular demand, we have episode 2 of The Sweet Science featuring my man to the left, Didi Vega, my man to the right, Chris Jenrette, and unfortunately, Andy Alexander cannot be here today, but we'll send them a shout out, wish them the best, happy holidays, and gentlemen, let's get to it. We're going to start the boxing episode with the Teofimo Lopez fight against Vasily Lomachenko, which Vega, we must say, you said that Lomachenko was going to take him to school. How do you feel about that fight, sir, and how it went down?
All right, first and foremost, congratulations to Teofimo Lopez. He got the victory. He won. It was a good fight. Lomachenko fucked up. Oh, excuse my language, but Lomachenko messed up, man.
I mean, that's how you feel, man, you know? I know you were upset to see that performance. Were you upset about the performance? Like, how do you feel about his inactivity?
All right. Like, I was upset about the performance because I understood what he said he was going to do and what he wanted to do, but I thought it was stupid to do it that way because he said leading up to the fight that he wanted to take Teofimo Lopez into the later rounds and then drown him, take him into the deep waters and drown him. I understand what he meant by that, but you know when that's your game plan, and you make a person miss, you got to make him pay. You can't just try to cruise to the late rounds and hope he get tired. You know what I'm saying? This is a strong, young, hungry fighter who wants to win. He's not coming in here to lay down. So I didn't like the fact that Lomachenko didn't throw enough punches in those early rounds. And however, when I told you, I said he's gonna take him to school. I feel like when he did step his game up, when he did start attacking, I feel like he did school him. I feel like he did. He was backing him up. He was landing good shots. He was making Teofimo miss. At one point, I think it was the 10th or the 11th round, he looked like he was trying to get him out of there. Even Timothy Bradley was hyped up. Oh, Lomo's going for the knockout. He
looked in trouble in those latter rounds. But
yeah.
I honestly feel that headbutt in the 8th round was a big factor in Teofimo losing his composure. Because, headbutts can concuss you. They can throw you off a little bit, And then if you're going to try to tire someone out, Vega, you have to throw punches to try to tire them out.
I definitely agree with you. And that's why I say Lomachenko went wrong. Yeah. But my thing, what I say is that even though he wasn't busy, Teofimo didn't do much either. He just was more aggressive, more busy. It's not like he beat Lomo up. He was just more aggressive. He was more busy. Lomo was moving. He was making a miss. He was catching a lot of shots on the elbows, catching them on the gloves. Teofimo got in some good body shots in the early rounds, and he got some good shots in. And I'm sure Lomachenko caught something that he felt. Teofimo's a power puncher. I'm not gonna say he didn't catch him with nothing that he didn't feel. I'm sure he felt something, but it's not. He didn't beat Teofimo. He didn't beat Lomachenko up. So when I look at certain boxing,
but do you think Teo went in there with that mindset? Because I don't feel he went in there with that mindset. He wasn't trying to knock him out. He was trying to outbox him.
No, Teofimo wanted to knock him out. Lomachenko wasn't giving him no opportunity.
Okay. That's my take on that situation.
Man, what's more greater than going there and knocking out the guy that they perceive as unstoppable?
But he didn't. I mean, I feel like he didn't have that kind of vibe though.
Because just like y'all said to me that that Lomachenko wasn't throwing punches because Teofimo wouldn't let him. Teofimo couldn't get no knockout because Lomachenko wouldn't let him.
Gotcha.
Lomachenko used it just like I said he was going to do. He was going to use angles. He was going to use defense. He wasn't going to be standing in front of Teofimo Lopez waiting to get hit with one of them big shots like Richard Comey did. I told you leading up to the fight, he's not knocking Lomachenko out.
Yeah.
I said it 1,000 times. Did I think Lomachenko was going to win? Of course I did think he was going to win. But I said it 1,000,000 times. I said he's not going to knock Lomachenko out. He don't bring nothing to the table that Lomachenko ain't already see. But what he did bring to the table that night was a whole shitload of power. Yeah. And he wasn't, and Lomachenko did not take no chances with that power. He played it too defensive. He gave him too much respect, and he gave away too many early rounds, and that's how he let Lopez steal that fight, bro.
Now, Mr. Jenrette, you have a totally different outlook on this fight. And I gotta be honest, thanks to you, I made a little money on this fight, because I put my money on T.O.,
you can never go wrong with me.
Appreciate that, But, yeah, man, you had a totally different take on the fight. You felt like Judy Letterman's card really wasn't that outlandish.
No.
And a lot of people did feel that way. So, I mean, come on. Could you speak on why you felt you saw a totally different fight?
Feelings is feelings. But T.O. outclassed Lomo in that fight. Okay, how many people say he didn't? The people who say that is Lomo fans.
Yeah.
He outclassed him. He outboxed him. T.O. showed what type of boxer he is. Lomo thought taking Teofimo Lopez was easier than fighting Devin Haney. That's why he vacated that belt to Devin Haney and chose to fight T.O. Because he thought, I could use my boxing experience and my footwork and my IQ against T.O. T.O. was knocking everything out. You didn't get to see T.O.'s IQ. He knocked Comey out. Why? Good timing, and he set him up. Comey was a monster. You seen it.
Yeah.
He knocked Comey out one shot. When he fought Loma figured, all right, I could outbox him, I could outsmart him. When he seen the angle that T.O. was walking him down in, T.O. was walking him down in the angle where he could catch a shot, block a shot, and he could throw a counter. If Loma would have attacked in that position, he would have caught Loma. Loma was not willing to trade with T.O. That's why he was gun shy. It was the power and it was the IQ.
But I also feel like during the latter stages of that fight, I think Loma realized, man, this guy can't hurt me. And he turned it up in the in the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th rounds.
I can see where you're coming from with that.
What
happened?
Yeah.
Nah, it wasn't that he couldn't hurt him. Some steam rolled off the punches by the time.
So my question is to you: do you think it was he felt Hold on, baby.
Don't cut me off. I didn't cut you off, brother.
But do you think? I'm asking you the same question. Do you think it was Lomo realizing that he may lose it? Was it desperation that he was coming out, or was it that this guy can't hurt me? I don't understand why I gave him this much respect.
When you lose 6 rounds straight and it's going to championship rounds, which is 7, and he didn't fight like it was championship rounds at 7 until the 8th round. Your back is against the wall. The only way he was going to beat T.O. that night, it was by knockout. He went from Brook from 8 to so on. He clearly lost to 12, almost got knocked out in the 12. And he headbutted him again in 12. Grabbed him up. And then the ref gave, I never seen a ref stop a fight, break them apart with less than 20 seconds left to see if the headbutt cut you or hurt you or not. That was giving Lomo some time, but it doesn't matter because he clearly lost already. So it really didn't matter. Lomo did not know what he was coming into. He thought it was going to be an easy fight. And one thing I want to mention that Vega talks about, this rematch clause. Lomo chose not to give a rematch clause.
So do you feel T.O. should give Lomo a rematch because of that
Absolutely
situation?
Not.
Okay.
You chose it. If I'm fighting you, right? Let's take this, me and you. You're the champion. You say, yo, you can't beat me, Chris. I know you can't beat me. So I'm not giving a rematch clause because I'm going to beat you and I'm going to move on. I'm like, okay. So I beat you. There's no rematch clause. I don't have to fight you again. So now you call me for a rematch and I'm like, yo, look at the contract. It's in the contract. I don't have to fight you again. So you start calling me a sucker. Who's a sucker? I'm not a sucker. I can move on. I don't have to fight you as a choice. contract wise, you chose that. You was cocky. You thought you could beat me. You didn't win.
Yeah.
Now you crying about it because you messed up. Hey, you gotta take the L and move on. Go fight Devin Haney.
How do you feel about his excuses? Now he's talking about the judges were paid off by Bob Arum and things of that nature.
Sucker. Sore loser. Sucker.
Yeah, I think
Sucker.
that's whack.
Yeah, he sounds like Donald Trump right now. Can't accept the fucking.
It's hard because you know why?
Election.
I mean, listen. I understand. He didn't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Well, I ain't gonna say he. I don't even know why he's doing that because you had an L on your record already. So it's not like
Yeah.
you had 0 losses.
Yeah, now I'm gonna take this back to
Understand?
you, Vega. Do you think it was desperation that he came out in the 8th round, and the latter half of the 7th, or do you think that he realized he could lose his fight and needed the knockout?
Nope. I think it's exactly what he said he was gonna do, and what he was just about to say. That's why I tapped you.
Yeah,
But I ain't want to cut him off. You
Yeah.
heard what he said? He said, right? He said he felt the steam coming off of his punches.
Yeah.
That was his plan from the beginning. He said
Okay.
it from the beginning. Take him into the late rounds, tire him out, make him miss,
Yeah.
tire him out, get him in the late rounds, and then put work on him. And that's what he did.
Do you think
When
that
he
was a
got-
prudent strategy though? That he underestimated
I think-
Teo's ability to box him throughout 12 rounds?
I don't think he underestimated T.O.'s ability to box. What I think he did underestimate was how much power T.O. has.
Yeah.
So in the early rounds, when he felt T.O.'s power, I think he realized like, oh, this young boy really get hit. So I can't take as many chances as I take with everybody else. You got to remember something. T.O. is the bigger fighter. He's a stronger fighter. And that's no excuse. It's just reality. He's the
Yeah.
bigger fighter. He's a stronger fighter. He got the longer reach. So I can't take as many chances as I would with a person who don't got that much pop that you see that's not knocking dudes out. You got to play it safe. This is a fight where one punch can end everything. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to play it safe. This is a fight where you fighting a dude that can take you out with one punch. It's no surprise. Everybody noticed. This is a dude that if he catch you with one good shot, you make a mistake, he could take you out. So I don't blame Lomachenko for what he did, but I did expect him to do a little more. Like, all right, you don't want to take the chances, but throw a jab here and there. When he come in and he miss, and you rolling to get out of there, pop him with a little shot so you can score a point. Do something, but he gave him too much respect. He was. It's safe to say he probably was scared of the power. He probably was.
So do you think that Tio should give Lomo another shot?
I think so.
situation? You think he
I
deserves
think he
it?
should. I think he deserves a rematch.
Okay.
Let me piggyback off of what Chris said. Right.
All right.
All right. Now, if you know, leading up to the fight, Teofimo Lopez was demanding a certain amount of money, and the promotional company was saying they're not giving him that much money because he don't deserve it. Basically, they saying how you.
It was a quarantine too.
They saying yo, you demanding this much money. We not giving you this much money or whatever. And the fight was on a standstill for a little while. A date was on a standstill because they couldn't agree on money. Lomachenko said, "Listen, we gonna squash that argument. I'm gonna take a pay cut so you could get what you asking for, so we can make this fight happen." Even you said you respected when he did it.
I never said I didn't.
So what I'm saying is, if the man took a pay cut to give you an opportunity to become a champion, he gave you an opportunity to become a champion. Whether he felt I don't need a rematch clause because I feel I could beat this guy or not, it's just called confidence, bro. Whether he put it in the contract or not, what's wrong with being confident? What's wrong with saying I feel like I can win? I don't need a rematch clause because I know I'm gonna beat this dude.
Gotcha.
It's not shitting on you. It's just being confident
Can I
in
ask you a
myself.
question?
You dig what I'm saying? Hold on, let me make my point. So I don't put this shit in the contract because I feel like I'm gonna win. So when I do lose, I'm saying, yo, let me get a rematch. And then this dude on the other side saying, fuck you, you're not getting a rematch.
Yeah.
To me, that's some sucker shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's
It's
some
really
sucker-
not.
it's-
Though. It's really
okay,
not.
Chris, why do you think it's not?
You listen. The ball was in your court.
Yeah.
You could have made the court
Okay.
any way you wanted. You could have painted it any color, however you want it. You're the man. You're the A side. Whatever you say goes. You pick the ring size. You pick the glove size. You pick the rematch clause. I'm just the second man. I'm the B. You're the A. You don't put the rematch clause in there, that's your problem. I'm fighting you to beat you as the B fighter. When do you see the B fighter giving the A fighter a rematch? Never.
When you
Never.
win,
Never.
you become the A side. You could give him a rematch.
No, you no. If it's contracted, like listen.
Tony Harrison did it with Jamal Charlo.
He had no choice.
With
It was
Jamal Charlo.
it's a rematch clause.
Andre Ward did it with Sergey Kovalev.
Rematch clause. Sergey
Deontay Wilder
Kovalev.
did it with Tyson Fury.
Rematch clause.
True.
It's just a
All
man to man.
rematch
It's
clauses.
just a man to man,
You know what I mean?
bro.
Yeah,
All
the
rematch
contract,
clauses. That's you proving the point.
What I'm saying.
And we're gonna get to the
All-
Fury situation
what
with
I'm-
Wilder too.
all
That's
rematch.
important.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying. What I'm
The
saying to
first
you.
fight was a draw.
Yeah.
What I'm saying to
So
you
it had
is
to be
this.
a fight again.
What I'm saying to you is this: whether rematch clause or not, you heard all these fighters that I just mentioned say, "We could run it back."
Well, why?
Let's run
because
it back.
it was automatic. It didn't matter.
But what I'm saying is they were willing to run it back
Vega,
regardless.
the point you missing, it doesn't matter if they said we're gonna run it back. They had to. Tyson Fury, is he trying to get away from the Wilder fight? Keep it real.
So they say.
But he can't. Why?
So they say
Rematch clause. He cannot go nowhere.
because Wilder took it to court, but he made sure the rematch clause ran out in December.
but it
And
really
then
didn't.
Wilder took it over a step further and took it to court
Yeah.
to demand his rematch.
Why?
But
See how powerful the rematch clause is? You can't run
I mean,
from
it's a
it.
clause in a contract.
I
it's kind of hard to
understand.
So
go
Lomo
over.
we're not
can't-
talking
Lomo
about the
can't do
clause.
that.
We talking about just man to man.
So who
morally.
do you think Teofimo should fight next?
Haney.
If you're not gonna fight a Lomachenko,
If-
are you going up to 140 or should you take
No.
another big fight at
If he doesn't,
135?
if he doesn't take Lomachenko next, if he doesn't give Lomachenko a shot back, then I think he should fight Devin Haney because they the two dudes with the belts in a division. They got all the belts
Let
in
it
the
be
division.
unified.
So why not unify those belts?
And how do you feel about ESPN calling Teofimo Lopez the undisputed 135-pounder when that's clearly not true? There's a belt
and
out
I'm-
there
I'm
that
a-
needs to
I'm
be
a Teo fan.
taken.
I'm gonna tell you why.
He's
I'm gonna
not.
tell you why I agree with it. I'm gonna tell you why I agree with it. Because
Okay.
this, right? When that belt was first introduced, when they first made
The franchise, you mean?
the franchise, when they
Yeah.
first elevated Canelo Alvarez, that was the first fighter they elevated to it. The WBC had nothing to say. They just was like his accomplishments, so we decided to make him a franchise champ, right? This was the WBC words. You can look these interviews up. They said, "Yo,"
I want to reply to that. after
they
you
said
finish.
the WBC. You can look the interviews up. They said, "Yo, his accomplishments, whatever." So we decided to make him a franchise champ, right? Then they elevated Lomachenko. They did the same thing to Lomachenko. They elevated him. They made Devin Haney the regular champion. And then they kept saying, because of his accomplishments. Then the whole boxing world jumped down their throat. The whole boxing world was like, yo, this is a bullshit title. This is fake. How y'all making stuff up? Y'all making stuff up for these fighters. Y'all playing favoritism. It's about money. Blah, 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 blah. Once the boxing world jumped down the WBC throat, they backtracked on it. Then the president comes out and says, oh, we never gave the belt to Canelo or Lomachenko. They asked for it. Top Rank asked for it.
God.
They backtracked. And then they said, they backtracked. And then they said, oh, it's not even a real belt. It's just an achievement. But you clearly, but when Teofimo Lopez,
I have an issue with that.
when
man.
Teofimo
Yeah.
Lopez beat Lomachenko,
Yeah.
they clearly handed him the franchise belt. He has a picture like this with the franchise belt.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
and they clearly said before the fight, they clearly said this was to unify, that whoever wins was gonna have all four belts. Now when you getting all this backlash, when you got people like Mayweather speaking on it, where you get this fake belt from? Devin Haney got the belt. Then you got other boxers, you got boxing YouTube channels that's mentioning it. You got the whole boxing world in the frenzy saying, yo, y'all got this bullshit title. Then the WBC come out and make a statement and say, oh, that's just an achievement and it's not a real belt. Come on, man, don't do that. Now you making it look like, and then you blame it on the fighters, and you
I mean, you're watering down, you're diluting the sport, man, and
Yeah,
that's an
it
issue
is.
with boxing
It
right
definitely
now.
is.
You know,
but
'cause
they
you don't
knew
have
that.
that in the UFC.
They knew that already.
Yeah.
It
Like,
definitely is. But the reason I look at Teofimo Lopez as the what you call it, the champion, the unified champion,
Yeah.
is because the WBC made that belt up. They gave it to Lomachenko. Lomachenko never lost his WBC belt, the actual
He
belt.
didn't?
Got you.
He never lost it.
The
He
the
gave
WBC
And
that
nor,
Devin
nor,
Haney has.
nor
it-
he wanted to defend
okay, so the
it.
one that
W-
Devin Haney is
he
a
did not want
vacated
to defend
WBC belt.
the,
because, yeah.
they didn't even, when they gave it to Lomachenko, when they gave him the franchise, they didn't even call the regular a vacant. They just handed it to him. They just said, okay, you the interim, WBC champ. So being that we elevated him,
it wasn't no interim. It's never introduced as an interim. Stop it.
It was an interim.
No, it was not.
There was an interim belt before.
There's still an interim belt. You know who got the
Understand
interim WBC? Ryan Garcia.
Understand what I'm saying
Ryan
to you.
Garcia's holding on to the 135.
Interim.
Listen,
interim
what
135.
I'm
Yes,
saying.
there's an interim.
What I'm
I
saying
don't
to
know
you
what he's
was
talking
is
about right now.
Devin Haney had the interim belt before Lomachenko.
No, my bad.
Devin
Devin
Haney,
Haney has both of them, interim and regular.
he had the interim belt before he got passed down.
That's why he was a mandatory.
Before he got passed
Yeah.
down that WBC
Yes.
title, he got it passed.
So do you feel there should be a unification bout between Lopez? That
Of
should be
course,
Lopez's next
of
fight.
I think it
course.
should be his next fight. Yeah,
Okay,
if he doesn't
And
take
Chris, how do you
Lomachenko, I
feel
think
about
so.
that?
About the franchise champion?
Yeah, that whole situation there.
They
when,
asked.
and
They
Lopez,
asked for what
yeah.
they got for.
There you go.
What they asked
Yeah.
for is what they got.
Okay.
The president came out. If the president is lying, I'm sorry. If the president is lying about them asking for the belt,
Yeah.
I didn't hear De La Hoya and Canelo coming out saying, "Oh, they handed it to us. We didn't have no idea about it." Lomo didn't come out and say we didn't have no idea about it. They knew clearly what's going on. Once you got that belt and they gave Devin Haney the WBC belt, if you didn't like it, you'd be like, no.
So Tio should fight Devin Haney next.
Of course, that's who
Okay.
has the belt.
Okay, got you.
What Wilder said when Wilder said, "What's a franchise belt?
Yeah.
If they come to me with that, I don't want it.
Yeah, we don't do that BS.
I don't want it. We don't do that
hear you.
BS.
All right, so look, we're gonna move on now because we spent a little bit of
Come on.
time on that.
Come
but
on, man.
I want to move on to that fight that happened out in Dallas, Texas, that I was privy to. I was out there in Dallas rooting for Spence, trying to make that money. And you know what? You get on me for not to saying that I don't listen to you sometimes, but you said that Garcia would put up a good fight. You said he would last the 12 rounds, that he wasn't going to get KO'd by Spence. He didn't. I put money that he wouldn't, and I appreciate that first and foremost. But, what do you think that Spence should do next now that he won this fight, man? Like, what do you think is going to happen next, man? And what would you like to see? Would you rather him see a Crawford fight or a Canelo fight first? What are we thinking here?
If Spence can't get Crawford in the ring next, I think he needs to shoot a shot at getting a Pacquiao in the ring. I don't think he should go up and fight Canelo.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid right now in this stage of his career. I think he's strong, he's young, he's a bulldozer in the division he's in. I think he should dominate that division while he's there, get all the belts he can, move up to 154, test the waters at 154. Maybe Charlo is his boy.
I'm glad you finally noticed that he's gonna bulldoze the division.
I think I'm not saying he's gonna. I'm saying I think he should.
You see it.
And he has been doing it thus
and
far.
I mean, I
Yeah.
can't
He's
take
been
nothing
doing
from him.
it.
He's been doing it. I
Yeah.
can't take it from
Yeah.
him. He's been doing it. If I say anything else, you could call it hating. And he's been doing it. I thought Danny Garcia would win, and I said that. I made the prediction. And because when I thought he would win, because I looked at Spence style, I look at Danny Garcia's style, and I look at how Spence is very aggressive and he come forward, and I know Danny Garcia to be a powerful counterpuncher. So I thought
What
he would
you
have.
didn't look at is Spence is a good boxer.
Nah, it's
That's what you
not
didn't
just
look at.
it's not just it's
That's what
you
happened.
know what it was. You know what it is for Spence for me. What I credit him for the most. He's a good boxer. He got a little bit of things to work on. He's a good boxer. I take nothing from him. But with Spence,
You did take something from him.
no, I don't take nothing
You just
from him.
did.
I didn't take nothing from him. He's a good boxer. I don't take nothing from him. He's a good boxer. He what you call it. He got a few things to work on. Every boxer does. You dig what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
what I
You didn't have
realized,
to mention that, though.
what I realized with Spence, no, I'm gonna mention it because it's part of my assessment of
Let
him.
me see what
Yeah.
you're doing.
It's part of my assessment of him. But what I realized with Spence is that you gotta be just as energetic and ferocious as him. You gotta attack him the way he attacks you. If you can't attack him the way he attacks you, you're not gonna beat him. You're not gonna beat him. I don't care who you are, Terrence Crawford. You're not gonna beat him if you don't attack him the way he attack you, because he's not gonna stop coming. He's big. He's strong. He got a real good jab, and he's gonna keep coming forward. If you can't hurt him and slow him down, you're not gonna win, bro. You're not gonna win.
And I'll be honest with you, man. What I really was a little disconcerted about in that fight was Garcia's inability, because Garcia has a chin. The man has talent, but his inability to adapt during the course of a fight and to remain strong all 12 rounds. And then, you know, you have his father in the corner grabbing the cut man's iron to flatten his face
his father
instead of giving him instructions.
he didn't know what to
Because he
do.
was in that fight. Garcia wobbled Spence a few times. He could have done a little bit more damage. I honestly feel, how do you feel about Garcia getting a new trainer?
I told me and you had this
It's
conversation.
too late.
It's not too late.
It's too late.
It's not too late. If
He
he doesn't
He
get
could be one of the great Puerto Rican boxers,
Listen.
man, but I feel like there's something missing, man.
You know what it
it's
is? It's
because
footwork.
it's not
Definitely
really
footwork.
it's not that.
He
man.
has no footwork.
Adjustments in the ring, man. Like
That's
he's
what it
great.
is.
How old is
Yeah.
Danny Garcia? 33?
I mean, he's
34?
still young enough. 32 is not old
that's
enough to treat the
33
old
is just
dog.
over
But listen,
boxing.
man.
I think
He's
if he
almost
doesn't
over
get
his
rid of his
prime.
father altogether,
You know, and no
he
shade
needs
to his
He's
father.
not-
Like, you took him this far,
he's
but
not getting rid of
sometimes,
his
you know,
father,
somebody else whispering in your ear might give
His
you
father's not
an
go-
ability
That's
to do
why I'm
something.
saying
you know?
bring
He's
in-
scared of his father.
bringing
Let's
a
be
second
real.
trainer. You see how
Yeah.
when Adrian Broner was trying to get back on top, when he was trying to get back up,
Yeah.
he brought in Barry Hunter and he brought in what's the other dude named
Not Whitaker.
what's his name, man? I forget his name. He brought the other trainer.
No, he
in.
did, but you know, Danny is scared of his father.
He brought in
Did
two
you see the
tra-
press conference when Danny was saying that he was bigging Spence up for his jab and saying the reason why I lost, I couldn't get around his jab.
He was giving an
His
honest
father-
assessment. I
his
gotta be
father
honest.
told
I
Leo,
respect
"Shut
the
up."
hell out of Danny
He
Garcia.
said, "Shut up! What you talking about, man? Why you
Yeah.
acting like the dude
Yeah.
beat you up like
Yeah,
that?"
you
man?"
didn't let
And
your
Danny went
hands
like
fly.
this.
But my thing is,
Danny put his head down.
you're not even telling him in the corner let his hands fly. You're not giving him any
Because-
instruction in
because
that
it-
corner.
You know why? Because it was nothing he can do.
It goes back to what I said.
There's
You
always
got-
something you can do, Chris. You
Nah,
can make something up.
coulda-
You can make something
He could
up.
have went and put it all on the table and got beat up bad, worse.
I would have appreciated that
I'd
more.
rather him go out on his shield.
Yeah.
But you seen after the rounds, he was walking to his corner. He had his head down like this. Like, what am I gonna do?
He was discouraged, and he was active. I
And-
mean, he only, Spence only threw 6 more punches than him. Obviously,
His
during
father said,
the
"Yo."
space of the
All
fight.
his father
but
said
if he
was,
wasn't, it's
"Don't
not,
get
he
hit
was
by pitty pat
inactive.
punches."
You know what I mean?
He said, "Yo, you
It's
let
just
him
that
hit you with pitty pat punches."
it's like it just goes back to what I said, that Spence is a bulldozer. He keeps coming.
He weighs
If
you down.
If
He
you
weighs
watch,
you down
if
over
you,
a course
if
of
you,
12 rounds,
Yeah.
man.
If
He
you
does.
look back like a perfect example of him being a bulldozer. If you watch the Kell Brook fight, right? Kell Brook was winning the early rounds.
Yeah.
He looked like a better boxer in the early rounds, but Spence never ever took a back step. He never
No.
quit. He just keep going forward until he gets you. He's gonna keep going.
His mind, his mindset
he's-
said, "I'm in his town. If I don't knock him out, I'm not gonna win."
And that's what it is. Like
And that's what
when you
happened.
when you look back at Spence versus Sean Porter, right? Sean Porter already knew that you got to bully the bully to beat him. So Sean Porter did his best assessment
give Spence the
at
chance to
bullying.
box.
Because you have to bully the bully, and he did his best assessment
Yeah,
at bullying the
he
bully.
did. He
He
did.
pushed Spence backwards when he could.
He did.
He boxed on the back foot when he could, and he
did a good job.
He had a hell of a fight. That was a hell of a fight.
He did the best
You
job.
dig what I'm saying? So when you fight, when you fight Errol Spence, you gotta bully the bully. You can't let the bully be the bully. Because if you let the bully be the bully, you're not gonna have a good night, bro.
It's a
You're
fact.
gonna have to see Garcia messed up by waiting too much. Waiting. We know that's his fight plan. But at some point, you got to go forward like you did against Adrian Granados. Now, granted, Adrian Granados ain't no Errol Spence, but just that mindset that I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna take you out. You got to do everything to try to take.
And
the
it's
dude
easier
out.
said than done. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. You know
it
what I mean?
is.
You know what I mean? We don't know what it's like to be in there. You know what I
Nah,
mean? On a
facts. That's a
professional
fact.
level, but you would hope that because because we feel that he has the talent to actually go and make that happen. You know?
But you know, I say as a professional, you watch tapes on guys.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Tim
Yeah.
Duncan.
You know what he's
He's
doing.
the big fundamental
Tim
Spence. He
Duncan
really
of-
is.
Tim-
man.
you
Duncan of
watching
boxing.
tapes on him.
Yeah.
You see what he's doing. You know that you got to do more, man. I thought they would do more. I thought they would see it. They would do more, but they didn't.
I
And
told
hats
you
off-
one thing. I said Danny Garcia is not gonna do what Sean Porter did, and I told you that.
and
Last
hats off to
podcast,
Spence,
I
man.
said it because he's not
fact.
that kind of fighter.
So how do you feel about Crawford, guys, against Kell Brook? Like, he
I
washed Kell Brook.
I don't know.
I was
It's-
kind of something like that. We took
it's-
him out early.
It's
Like,
one of those. It's
you
like
know
a
what I mean?
scale. It's like
It's
Nah,
like,
let me-
yo, I wasn't
fought-
expecting. I thought Kell
you
would at
fought
least
Kell
go
Brook.
8, man. That was
I
crazy.
told
yeah.
y'all many times before
Yeah.
that I feel like ever since the Triple G fight Kell Brook has been damaged goods.
Yeah.
I said it many times before. I think he's damaged goods since the Triple G fight. However, I did not expect Terrence Crawford to knock out Kell Brook the way he did.
Yeah.
I expected Kell Brook to go 12 and
that's
lose.
what we thought, but he was washed up.
I expected him.
You know, I know he's washed up.
It's not that. You know what I
He was
realized?
washed
If you remember, I know we're going to get to the pound for pound list at the end of the show.
Yeah,
but if you
yeah.
remember in the first episode, I didn't have Terrence Crawford on
No,
my
you
list.
did not, no.
But I got him this time.
Yeah.
And the reason I got him because watching Terrence Crawford, I got to respect one thing about him, bro. He's a dog, man. I got to respect it, man.
Yeah,
Because
Andy was saying that. Andy was saying he's a dog.
and
he
shout out,
watches people. Yeah.
Shout out to Andy,
Yeah.
man.
That's a
But,
fact, yeah.
but
But look, you're the only one that didn't have him on your list. He was on my list.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have him on my list because I felt like up until that point, he didn't beat a credible.
Nah, but you
welterweight.
still could see the
And
talent.
he beat. I mean, I could see. But I always said he's good.
Yeah.
I just
But-
said I
but-
want to see
but
how
still-
he does when he gets to top
Yeah.
But still,
welterweight.
he still. Kell Brook was credible.
He still.
but
it
he
took
still-
Errol Spence 8 rounds to get
Yeah,
rid
but
of Kell
that's 3
Brook.
years ago.
and he never knocked him out.
That's 3 years ago. He
You know
did
what I'm
knock
saying?
him out.
Yeah.
He did knock him out.
I mean, he got a TKO, but he
quit.
didn't knock him
Yes,
out.
That's a knockout. He's quit.
He took a knee because his eye was fucked up.
He
Yeah.
quit against
But-
Porter too.
But when you see,
I mean, I Porter Crawford. He got hit.
Nah,
he
he
got
didn't
hit.
quit.
Nah, he went like this.
He didn't quit. That dude was
He didn't
done.
want to fight no more.
Yeah, no, he washed him.
He didn't
That
wanna
dude
fight
was
no more.
done,
Crawford
bro.
washed him.
It wasn't about whether he wanted to fight or not.
I was
See,
kind of crazy. I was
Yeah,
like,
but
bro.
you
it's,
gotta realize
it's
something.
yeah.
What you
3
gotta
years later, like you.
But you gotta
it's
realize
hard.
something, right?
It's hard.
when you can help.
Sean Porter will give him.
I think he
can
would
work.
give him a
He
problem.
can work.
It would
Of
be.
course.
It would
But
be the
listen,
fight that
So
we
Porter
looking
gives
for.
everybody work. That's just one of those guys. He's
But
gonna
it-
give you work.
It will
You know
be
what time it is.
That's
With
the
Showtime.
measuring fight.
Listen, bro, I'm gonna tell you why
Showtime, Sean
Crawford.
Porter,
I'm gonna tell you why Brook was done. You can help another fighter's punching power by your
By the way,
momentum.
Brook won the first 3 rounds.
I thought he
did.
won, but it wasn't
did.
like he was washing.
I had a
Crawford at
2-1.
all.
We
I had
didn't
a
say
2-1
washing.
Brook.
He won the first 3 rounds.
I mean, but they were debatable rounds.
There was a debatable.
Not really.
They were debatable rounds.
I mean, I had him 2-1, so to me,
2-1.
it was the better.
2-1 was
But
2-1 was
what
reasonable.
Brook did was when he lunged
jab, that
he
jab.
lunged in, and he ran into Crawford's right jab, the force.
Yeah,
took
because
his
he ran
whole-
into it. He ran right into it.
It's like when Manny Pacquiao ran into
Yeah.
to freaking
He was trying to
Marquez
get away,
punch.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
ran into it.
when
yeah.
he ran into the punch.
Yeah.
So he was done when Crawford got him, and you cannot be hurt with Crawford on top of you.
Yeah.
That jab should. That's how you know he was done.
None taken,
You got
brothers.
hit.
You can,
I don't know what he's talking about.
yeah, my bad. Yeah, I'm from New York, man. Y'all forgive me. I'm from New York.
Yo.
Forgive me. But yeah,
Yeah.
you can't be hurt and have Crawford on the other end of the ring.
Yeah.
He's gonna destroy you if he got you hurt.
Facts.
Cause I feel like at welterweight he's more dangerous because he don't have to lose as much weight as he had to when he was at 135 and 140. So he's hitting a lot harder. I feel like he's hitting a lot harder at welterweight, and I think he's dangerous. When him and Spence match up, before I was 100% sold that Spence would wash him. Now I still pick Spence, but I'm not as sold as I was before. I think it's 50-50 now. But I'm going to say 60-40 because I still lean towards Spence. But I don't know, bro. That's going to be a good fight, and it's going to be a hard one.
Well, now we're gonna move into the middleweight division. Canelo just fought
Let's go.
Callum Smith.
I mean,
You know,
I really don't want to talk about it, but we can.
I mean, we could. We'll spend a little couple minutes
can.
on there. You know, like what's happening with Canelo? Were you impressed? Like, what do you want to see
With
from
the-
him moving forward?
That's
man?
super middleweight too. But
Yeah.
yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I watched Callum Smith lead before the Canelo fight, and Callum Smith could fight. He's a solid fighter. He's not a bum. He's not
Bum.
garbage.
He's a bum.
He's not garbage. He's a solid fighter, bro. It's just Canelo is a different kind of fighter, bro. He's a elite fighter, bro.
Yeah.
Canelo. I mean, look, Canelo is an elite fighter, but Callum Smith is a bum.
Callum Smith is not a bum, bro.
Who he beat?
I
Who
mean,
he
come
beat?
on,
Give
we
it
can
to
say
me.
that
Give it to me.
a lot of people,
No,
bro.
I want you to give it to me.
Yo, I can't think of the names off head, bro.
Because
But
you know
I
why?
see-
He didn't beat anybody. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
Bro, but
He
still-
has not beat a name, a big name. No. We were searching him the other day, right? Who we seen? These bunch of no-name dudes.
But that's a lot of
He not
fighters,
the
bro.
Yeah, I mean, you
Come
know,
on,
it's still
man.
was
Early in
division,
his
But
especially
yo,
on
but we,
in
me and you
Europe.
we're real boxing fans. Real boxing fans.
Yeah.
We know when somebody fights somebody that's good, somebody's not. Callum Smith did not fight nobody in 168 pounds. You know who the top people are? He didn't fight Plant. He would have lost.
Benavidez
would have killed him.
Yeah.
Darrell would have killed him.
Yeah.
He didn't fight nobody.
Derevchenko. Did he fight Derevchenko?
No,
Derevchenko's
Derevchenko's 160.
Oh,
He picked
but, I
up.
mean,
va-
even still, he
he
could've went
picked up. He picked up a vacant title
Yeah.
against a no name.
Listen, he's a good fighter.
No,
bro.
he's not.
He's not.
He's a decent fighter.
Decent.
Yeah.
All right,
He's
decent.
not no superstar, but
Yeah.
He's a C
he's a
plus.
good fighter, bro. And I thought that he would do more. I didn't think
He's a
he
C
would
plus
win.
that lasted. That's it.
I didn't think he would win, but Canelo is a special fighter, bro.
Yeah.
He's special.
If he's
Who
so
do you wanna see
special,
Canelo fight next?
the
What
fight the
division
fight
would
the
you like,
people that the fans
you know?
want.
If he stays at 168,
Should we be seeing a Charlo or somebody
Come
along that ilk
on,
moving
you
forward?
know, I would
running.
love to see Canelo fight Charlo, but what he said last night is that he's at 168. He wants to unify 168.
Come on.
So being that he said
He
that,
said
hold
that
on,
about 60.
hold on. Being that he said that
said the
he
same
wants to
thing.
unify at 168,
Do you believe him?
then I would. Why not?
Do you believe him?
Let's
Let's be
not believe
real.
him.
He said that about 60.
Yeah, I believe
He
wanna-
said that about 60, Vega, and he also said that when he had the belts.
and he took
wait,
3 belts at 160
Where?
from Triple G. He took 3 belts
From Triple G, but what did he do before he fought Triple G?
What do you mean?
Did he vacate his belts to Triple G?
Yeah, he vacated one
Okay.
belt, and then he came back and fought him.
Because the reputation was on the line.
Yeah.
He didn't
No.
want to fight Triple G. You know that because
got-
me and you spoke about that. You was
Listen,
a Triple G fan.
I
Vega.
didn't think-
Please don't do this right now.
Listen.
You know that. Me and you know that. Andy was the only one going for Canelo in that round.
Listen,
you
I
was
thought-
going for Triple G, and you
I
still
did-
think to this day Triple G beat Canelo both fights.
I do.
Okay, so
I do.
So
I'm not,
you
I'm
know
not,
what we
I'm not
talking about.
I'm not disputing that, but what I'm saying is he vacated the belts. He I think he had went down. I think that's when he beat Liam Smith.
He beat Cotto at 60 because
Yeah.
Cotto beat Sergio Martinez.
Yes, and he vacated.
He only fought Cotto because he figured I could beat Cotto. Cotto easy. I beat Cotto, took Cotto belts. When Triple G name popped up as mandatory, he didn't want no parts of Triple G.
Yeah, he vacated the
He
belt.
let them belts go. Then what did he do? He went and got on steroids
Yeah, he did. No. He got on steroids after the Triple G fight.
for the
Was
second
it?
fight. No, it was the first fight.
I can't remember. No, it was the second fight.
They found him dirty after
No,
the fight.
it was the second fight. That's why Triple G fought Vance Monterosian.
Yeah, but the first
It was after the
you know
first
he
fight.
was juicing the first
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, he was juicing.
He was juicing the first fight.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
just didn't test him.
Yeah.
And
But-
Triple G
Because you know when
was
you're
on.
juicing, you're always juicing before they catch
Of
you.
course.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Triple
Yeah.
G called him like, "Yo, listen, check that man."
Yeah.
Now they call him Compluter or whatever the name. is.
Clint.
And
Clenbuterol.
WBC, the WBC happened to be Canelo's neighbors. You know what I'm talking about. So what they did, they raised the amount of Compluter you could take. Just
By the way,
Canelo.
drop a comment in the comment section if you know anybody that's taken that. Because I want
Yo,
to
listen,
do an
I'm looking for
interview.
some of that. I'm
I've
looking
taken
for
it
some of that.
before. I've taken it before. I told you
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
looking for some. It's a muscle builder, fat burner.
Yo, really?
It's
Okay.
it's a fat burner.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
I would
other
like to
topic.
interview one of those
Yeah.
bodybuilder
Yeah,
guys.
like,
It'd be
yo,
good to have on the podcast.
Canelo,
Drop a comment.
that's what I said. Canelo know he cheated. That's why he
Yeah.
got suspended. Came back. Then they raised the amount of Compluter you could take, just because of Canelo. Come on, man.
Well, we'll be back right after this with the heavyweights in the top 10 pound for pound. Well, now it's time, guys, to talk about the new AOW ENT top 10 pound for pound. The new list, you know, there's been a lot of changes. Now, the new list is Canelo's number 1. We got Spence Jr. number 2, Crawford number 3, Teofimo Lopez number 4, Pac-Man Pacquiao at number 5. We got Charlo at 160. We have Charlo 154. Tank Davis has cracked the top 10. And Fury, and then we have Alexander Usyk rounding off the top 10. Question, guys. Why did we drop Inoue the monster at the lightweight division, man? I know you have a lot to say about this. Go ahead, Joe.
Why?
Yes, why?
Tank topped him to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Leo Santa Cruz is a big name.
What a great fight.
It was a good fight.
Yeah,
He's
what
a
a
big
great
name.
fight, man. Wow.
Anawood was on my list before. You know that.
Yeah. No,
He
that's a
beat
fact.
Donaire, but
Yeah.
Donaire's been beat by other fighters. Donaire's been beat. What? He had 3 losses, right?
Yeah, 3 losses, yeah.
Rigondeaux destroyed him, and other fighters also did. Nicholas Walter destroyed them. So Inoue, for him to he will move if he move up and go beat like a Gary Russell, he'd be right back on my top 10. But you can't beat Donaire. Donaire's been beat already a few times by dudes that I ain't saying that shouldn't have beat him, but you know, Nicholas Walter, like, you know.
I just want to know why Usyk on everybody's top list. This
'Cause
dude ain't fight nobody, man.
but-
and his last performance was horrible.
Well,
Yo,
unifications
yo,
that
you know
are
what,
at,
though?
at that
That
belt.
was our
man.
question about Terrence Crawford.
Yeah,
They're
and he
on the
went
same
up to
page.
fight heavyweight, right? He went up to fight heavyweight,
He-
and
he
you know what I
actually
mean?
did.
trash against.
But he won. But you know what?
Dirt,
You know what
man.
though? He's on the same page as Terrence Crawford. Terrence
Yeah.
Crawford was fought a bunch of dudes that
He
should have beat.
How do you say he's
I
he's
don't
messed
see the
up because of his
hype behind him,
competition. You know what I mean?
Usyk,
Like
he's the dude that got accomplishments.
yeah.
But
Yeah, he unified the cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Name
Okay.
one cruiserweight fighter.
all right, now look,
Let's go.
Look, check
What's
this
the
out.
law?
Check this out. Check this out.
What's my
Terrence
man, Roy
Crawford.
Jones
Terrence
was up there
Crawford
for a minute.
unified 140.
Yeah.
But look, even though Terrence
bunch of
Crawford
bums.
unified 140, I can name like 5 of those fighters.
We
he
can
beat
because we watched them, but they bums.
that looked like they had a career at one point.
No, you lying. You lying. Look at me.
Hank Lundy looked like he was gonna do something at one point.
Yo, Hank
No,
Lundy.
no, he did not.
Felt like
Then
a
what's,
cup of coffee.
the other dude named the Spanish dude that fought Lamar Peterson?
Victor Postal?
Felix
Oh,
Diaz.
No, Felix Diaz didn't have no belt when he fought Felix Diaz.
I know he.
I'm
didn't-
talking about the
just
belt
saying-
holders. The
I
belt
know-
holders was
No, I'm not saying-
Ndongo.
I'm not saying they had
Postal?
belts. I'm just saying some of his competition, we know them because they had like somewhat noticeable fights in their career. Usyk fighters, you can't tell me one fighter besides Tony Bellew who Usyk beat, bro.
Yo, you know what though? Tony Bellew is a bigger name than anybody. Crawford fought at 140.
But what I'm saying is, bro.
Might be.
But bro, what I'm,
Hey yo, look,
but
let's
bro,
keep
keep
it
it a
real.
stack.
Me and
You can't
both
name
agree to
nobody
this.
besides him.
Gamboa was Crawford's best fight.
He was.
To this day.
Yeah.
To this day.
Yeah. To the
To this day. Keep it real.
Nah, Kell Brook might
No,
have took his
Shout out
spot.
to Wilder.
No,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
he'd-
I think Kell Brook
No,
takes.
no,
He's
if he'd
more
have fought
known.
Kell Brook at least a year and a half ago.
Nah, but he's more known.
Gamboa was out of his prime when he
No,
fought.
Yeah.
Gamboa's
Brook
not. No,
fought
he's not more known
Canelo,
than
so,
Gamboa.
yeah.
Gamboa is more known than him.
Gamboa is like the gatekeeper of all the 135, 140s.
Now he
man.
is.
Yeah.
So you know who's gonna be behind him next.
Oh Jesus! No. Don't say Danny Garcia, please.
welterweight,
No,
147
don't
pounds.
disrespect my man.
Philadelphia.
He still has some. You know.
Yo,
if he gets some new trainer, man. You
Yo,
know,
let
or
me
a
say
secondary
something.
He's
trainer.
not. He's not.
You know, just I mean, come on,
I
man.
want him to, but he's not.
I do, man. I feel
Yo,
like
let me
he's
say
talented,
something, man.
Sometimes it's too
I
late.
like Danny Garcia, man. He's my boy. I really
Yeah.
like Danny Garcia, man. But
I do. I like his
I
sisters
think
more.
this
I like
might-
his sisters' rapping records. They're pretty dope.
I think. Listen.
Shout out to
when
the
it-
Sianji twins.
When it come to when it come to boxing,
rap.
yeah, I know what I'm
didn't
saying. They
know. Yo,
rap, man. They got
yo,
some
you see
fire
them?
tracks. Yeah.
Nah,
Danny
yo.
Garcia sisters, yo, they got bars.
yeah.
Yo, I'm like,
from
Yo,
Philly, I ain't
no,
surprised.
yeah, for real. We get off
yo,
topic.
they not getting no publishing for me. Sorry. That's
Yo,
just
but listen,
quiet.
right?
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Danny Garcia, man. I like Danny Garcia, man. And you watch, and Danny Garcia, when you see this,
He's a likable guy.
When you
man,
I
see
like
this-
this too. I like
and
it.
you
he's a
see it-
straight up dude. You know what I mean? He don't pull no punches. He keeps it a
I
rap.
can
when he
me-
see
I
this,
can
he
hang
know
with Danny.
he know that he watched a couple of your posts you put up before, and he seen me bigging him up.
Yeah.
So I want you to see this one too, bro. Get your shit together, man. Because I think I might have to agree with Chris on this. You're gonna become the gatekeeper, my man.
He gonna
if
become
you
the
don't get
ghost.
shit together.
Well, I'm the one that actually said that out in the air, my man.
He said that.
Hey, but this might be the first time me and Chris agree on something in boxing. He might become a
Yo,
gatekeeper.
Danny, get it together,
but
yo.
It's so funny because
We
he
like
said
you.
like he
Nah,
said the
get it
Spence
together,
fight was a
Danny.
legacy
Like,
fight. You know what I mean?
Look, I'm gonna look at the camera for this one. Danny, if you watch this video right here, I like you, man. You talented. You're a very good fighter. Get it together, my man. Throw some more punches, man. Get it together.
Yo, he didn't beat no elite 147.
Not yet.
I think
Not
147
yet.
is not his division, man. I think he
No.
need to go back to
Yeah.
140.
Nah,
yeah.
he was a bully down there. He was
I think
really,
he need to go
he's
back,
really
man.
147. You know what was saving him at 140? It wasn't the talent, it was the power.
The power's effective.
Him-
at
him
140.
That was the talent. It wasn't
Nah.
nobody down there.
No,
messing with him, man.
it was the power.
The talent too.
Yo, keep it real.
Box, man.
Keep it real.
Do you think you could beat a Mikey Garcia in a 1-on-1 fight?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh
I don't
yeah.
know, man.
Nah, I'm not about to disrespect him, my man.
How is that disrespect? That's not disrespectful. Right. Look. That's not disrespectful.
Yeah.
How? It's not. It's really not.
Listen, Mikey not busy enough to beat Danny.
What do you mean? He's a better boxer than Danny.
No, he not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not, bro.
Come on, bro.
I beg to differ.
Bro, he was 38-0 before he fought Spence.
Yeah, and just like you just said about
Mikey got one loss.
Crawford.
How many losses Danny got?
Just like you said about
3.
Crawford, who did Mikey beat to become 38-0?
Yeah.
Just like you just said about Crawford. You probably can name like 2 people you know in them fights, bro. Broner and Bunny.
That's a fact. Wait a minute. He got a better resume than Crawford. Yeah. he got Broner, Bunny, Lipinets, Josecito Lopez.
Word.
Oh, he beat
He ain't be
Josecito.
Josecito Lopez. You mean
Vargas.
Jesse Vargas.
Jesse
All right,
Vargas,
that's a better resume than Crawford. Right? Keep it real. It is.
It is.
Honestly.
Yo, but let's talk about the heavyweight division, though, because, you know, Fury's the only one that made the top 10 in the heavyweight division.
You know, Joshua made mine.
I know he made yours, but not overall, because, you know, it's more than you voting.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm not a fan of Joshua, right? But in the circumstances right now, what's going on, I'm not going to call who's cheating and who's not cheating. But if you want to put a heavyweight up there, I would put Joshua right now.
Not me.
Because he holds 3 titles.
Yo, he just washed homeboy, bro.
But homeboy's a bum.
He got washed by my man Andy Ruiz Jr. I will
Oh,
never
yeah.
forget
And look,
that.
I really
he
think they
got
paid him off the
washed.
second fight.
Then he paid him off. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I'm going to not say this, but I am. I don't believe it, but in the back of my mind, it lingers there. They paid him off to stay fat and not wash him a second time, bro.
Of course.
I'm sorry, dog.
There's no money in him.
Because my
He's
man
not
went in there with
marketable.
no aggression. He was like, yes,
He
I'm
can
rich
only get
now.
McDonald's or
'Cause
Subway
you know, Andy
deals.
Ruiz is so soft-spoken, and I'm going to just, you know,
Yo.
get my money. I'm so
Listen,
happy my mom.
no, let me
is
tell you
good.
something.
He got like
Let me
7 million
Come
for
on,
one
man.
fight.
Bro, man was fierce, bro. My
No,
man
let me
put
tell
the
you- let me
beats
tell you
on
something.
him.
Well, he
Put
can't
like-
go
the
for
beats
like
on
14
him in
million.
Madison
Yo,
Square
listen,
Garden.
let me say
then
this.
you're going to go out to Abu Dhabi or whatever the fuck they were.
40 pounds heavier?
Come
Come
on,
on. Nah.
G.
Let me tell you
Sus.
something. Let me tell you something, bro.
Sus.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's very
Yo, let me
very
tell you
was.
something, bro.
Let me ask you something. Would you rather see a Joshua Fury fight or a Joshua Wilder 3? I mean, a Wilder Fury 3.
Wow.
I want to see Wilder Fury 3.
Before Joshua
wanna
Tyson Fury. Okay.
But if I was
I want
was
to see
Wilder,
Wilder and Joshua.
Yeah.
if I was Wilder, what I think the best move for Wilder is right now,
What is it?
I think he need to take some step aside money,
Yeah.
let Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight,
Yeah.
and then I think he need to put in that clause though, that contract.
But they
no,
but
hold
he
on,
tried
hear
that,
me.
and they don't
Hear me.
want it.
No,
They don't
no,
wanna
they
do
didn't
it.
do it. They didn't
They
try.
don't
this.
wanna do it, though.
What I'm saying is he needs to say, since they want to promote it so bad and they want him to step aside,
Yeah.
he needs to say, I want
It would
a
have to be
mandatory
a
shot
guarantee.
at the winner.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you should do that, and then
Yeah.
fight Andy
And then
Ruiz in
take it
between,
all. They
and
take
make
it
some,
all.
make
You know
that
why it
Mexican
makes
money. Why not?
It makes more sense
Yeah.
because you'll get a check to step aside.
Facts.
You'll let these two duke it out.
then you got
Whoever
one-
winner
then
get
you
all
got a
4
shot to
belts,
get everything.
and then you got a shot to put them paws on somebody
Yeah.
and get all 4
Yeah.
belts
That's
and a
true.
big payday.
Because
Yeah.
exactly because you want to see him fight whoever it is, any one of
Yeah.
those two guys.
That's true.
I really
It's a
want to see him.
win-win.
I really want to see him
Yeah.
punch
That's a great point.
Fury
dogs.
head back
Yeah,
to
that's a
England
great
though,
point.
because I want to see him punch Fury head from Madison Square Garden clearly back across the pond.
Yeah.
Because all that glove gate and all that, I don't think it's fake. I think it's real. I seen
Okay.
a whole lot of pictures, and I think he need to get his ass whipped for that. And I want Wilder, excuse me,
That's a fact.
to give him the right hook from hell. That's what I want him to do.
Yeah.
I want him to land the right hook from hell.
So you wanted to send
on
them back to the
Fury's
gypsy
bean head.
lands, you know?
Because, yo, I don't like cheaters, bro. Yeah, I don't like cheaters, man. And when you do it more than once, multiple times, come on.
And what's up with your man Pacquiao? I want to talk about Pacquiao. You know what I mean? It's still on the top 10. You know, highly still underrated. Like, how can you be underrated as a legend, right? It's so like oxymoronic.
It's not that he's underrated.
You know?
It's just that
Underrated.
that he's
Do you
old
think-
now.
Okay, but do you think he's just because a lot of cats are like, do not step in the ring with Albert Spence. We don't want to see you die.
I
Teddy
think he
Atlas
should- I think
he
basically
should waive
said,
that fight.
I don't want to see you die. I mean, he
think
didn't
he
say it
should
in
waive
those
that
words,
fight.
but Teddy was like, please
I
don't step in
respect
the ring with Albert
Pacquiao,
Spence Jr.
but right now, I think he should just say, "Yo, it's your turn.
yeah.
Let me go to Mikey Garcia, take this fight and retire."
Listen, let me tell you
Errol
something.
Spence gonna beat the shit out of him.
Pacquiao only got a few fights left. He can't keep going forever. He
Yeah.
got a few fights left.
Father
And
Time is
he's
going to catch up to him.
Yes, definitely. And Pacquiao is a smart, fast, hard punching fighter. He's smart. He bring experience. He bring power. He brings speed. He bring all that footwork and everything. I think he should fight Errol Spence. I think he should fight Errol Spence because I do feel like he got a shot of winning. You know, I feel like he can win or whatever. And if you don't, it's a passing of the torch. If you don't, take the L.
It's a win-win for Pacquiao
Yeah.
no matter
It's
what,
still a-
man.
If you
it
don't, if you lose,
Because
if Errol
nobody's
Spence,
It
expecting
adds
him
to
to
his
win anyway.
legend, you
if
know?
Errol Spence beats you, you know, pass the torch, retire.
I just don't want to see him go out like Sugar Ray Leonard against Hector Macho Camacho,
yeah.
man. You know what I mean?
but sometimes it
That
takes
was-
those legacy type fights, bro.
Sometimes you gotta get that because
Yeah.
they don't want to
I
retire.
mean, but Pacquiao's not that type of dude. He's been training. He's
Yeah,
been,
but
he's
it-
never
it don't-
stopped.
Listen,
It don't
man.
mean
Never
it don't
stopped.
matter if you're not
Sugar
that
Ray
type
was
of dude.
retired
Because
for a
when
while.
it's calling for you,
Yeah.
and you get your ass whipped, he's got no choice.
Yeah.
Listen,
Get up
man,
outta here. You
I
gotta
think
go.
it'll be a good fight, man. I think it'll be a good fight.
It'll go 12.
I think it'll go
Hopefully.
12.
Yeah.
I think it'll go 12. I told you this about
know
Spence
why?
before.
Because he ain't going to trade with
Listen.
Spence.
Pacquiao's gonna. Yes, he gonna open up. Yes, he will.
No, but
Listen.
not like he did with Marquez,
No,
though.
he's not. No,
He's gonna listen.
no.
He's gonna use angles. He's
But
not
he's
gonna be
gonna-
standing
Yeah,
in front of
hell
Spence.
yeah. That's a
He's-
fact.
He's gonna be
Yeah.
hitting Spence from angles.
He
Spence,
gonna fight
Yeah.
smart. He's not gonna.
Spence
go
gonna
in.
fight Pacquiao. That's how
Yeah.
it's gonna go. Pacquiao gonna be moving. He
Yeah.
gonna be he gonna be
Spence gonna be the
angle
aggressor.
shots, and Spence gonna be trying to hunt him down, catching him. And like Spence is big, Spence is young, so I won't count no Spence out because it's more likely that Spence will beat Pacquiao than Pacquiao beating Spence
his time.
at this point in
It's his
Pacquiao
time right
career.
now. It's his
Yeah.
time.
At this point in Pacquiao career, but I take Pacquiao in that fight because I said it to y'all before. Whether you agree with me or not, I think Pacquiao B game is a lot better than a lot of these dudes A game.
I agree.
So I would like to see it. And if he
yeah,
loses,
I agree.
if he loses,
A lot of them,
it's a
yeah.
passing of the torch. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence, 3 belts in the welterweight division.
And you can mess
Gunning
around
for
and
a
make
fight.
like 20 mil before you go riding
And-
off into the sunset.
and if he beats
That's a
Errol
fact.
Spence,
Possible, yeah.
and if he does happen to pull off the win,
Oh,
it
that
don't- it's-
just solidifies
it's
him
not
even
bad.
more.
It's not bad on Spence because it's a
No,
legend.
it will be bad on Spence.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's
it
a
will.
legend, bro.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I don't think it's that bad.
Right at this time,
I think it would have
yes.
been worse him losing to Garcia than losing to Manny Pacquiao.
I mean, yeah, but nobody count him at all. But if he loses to Pacquiao, Pacquiao is gonna upset the welterweight division.
which is fantastic. It's
Listen,
a great storyline all
'Cause
across
look,
the
wait,
board. To
wait.
be
At
honest
one
with you.
point, right,
Yeah,
it was Thurman,
yeah,
and then Spence was under him,
yeah.
right?
No, it was Thurman, Garcia,
No.
Porter. Then
I'm
Spence.
talking about after Thurman beat Garcia, took his belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was still above Spence.
I said Thurman. Spence was second. So Pacquiao would beat the number 1 dude and then number 2 dude. That's all he need. He just disrupted the welterweight division. He beat the top 2 dudes in there. That means this era is not that good. So
No, it
him-
just means he's that great.
No. Me, you know why I say that? Pacquiao's in his 40s, right? So if for this era to be good and to move on,
Oh, maybe he was just great though, Chris. Maybe he was
listen,
just a freak
father
of
time,
nature.
right? Father time and
Yeah.
age always shows.
I mean, I get what you're saying. It's gonna
play
you
a
feel
part.
like it's gonna water
It's gonna
down
play a
the
part.
147 division
don't-
if he beats a Spence.
Listen,
I get you. I
even
get you.
Floyd, no. Floyd comes
Yeah.
back want to fight YouTubers. Floyd not gonna come back and fight Errol
I mean, and then
Spence.
Floyd could be like, if I would have stayed
But-
in, I would have watched these cats
yeah,
too.
yeah, if he would have stayed. But Floyd gonna come back now and fight no Errol Spence.
Yo, but real quick.
No.
We
Oh, we're gonna get to that right now. Hold on, because everybody, it is time for 5 words with Angel. On 5 words with Angel, gentlemen, I'm gonna give you a word or phrase. You're gonna give me the first word or phrase that comes to your head, and the first phrase is Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul, my man.
Who's first?
Vega, you go first.
One word.
Or phrase,
I got too
or
many words,
sentence,
man.
One
or
word.
paragraph.
Not one word. One word.
night, Nate.
Oh my God, man! The meme of all memes,
God,
man.
Snorlax. You remember Pokemon? Snorlax.
Snore.
God. And how do you feel about everybody coming rushing to his defense, saying you don't know what it's like to get in the ring, blah blah
Listen,
blah
listen,
blah
listen,
blah.
listen,
He
listen.
was talking a lot of smack on YouTube. I can't feel bad
Listen,
for
let
him
me-
because I was following
You
this
shouldn't have got
stuff.
your ass in that ring.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Jake Paul ain't no Mayweather, Pacquiao, Errol Spence,
No, he's a
Terrence
YouTuber
Crawford.
that-
He's a
that can
regular
fight a little
guy
bit.
like you and me
Yeah.
who went in the gym, did a little bit of training,
Yeah.
and got ready for a fight with another dude who's a regular guy
Yo.
who did a little bit of training. These ain't professional boxers, bro.
Facts.
These dudes is.
And one is a professional athlete.
Nate should
Yeah.
be ashamed of himself.
Nate thought
You
he could
jumping
get
over
in there.
cars.
And Nate.
And you can't dodge punches.
Oh, first, what's your word of phrase before we go there? What's your word of phrase?
Disgrace.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I knew this was gonna happen, guys. But I mean, hey, man, like we were paying attention to it. Nate was talking a lot of smack, and I know a lot of people, a lot of celebrities went to his defense. But bro, you can't talk smack and fuck race. You can't talk
you know,
smack.
It's not about race.
G.
It's
You know
not
what's
about
my
race.
phrase?
No,
But
it's
yo,
about talking
if this-
shit
if
and
this
getting your
fight-
ass beat.
You know what's my phrase, bro?
If this
that?
fight was
Body,
before,
yada, yada, yada,
Yada, yada, yada.
it's not about race. But if this fight was before the election,
Yeah, body.
I would have thought Trump was gonna win.
Yeah, body,
Wow.
bro.
Yo,
Wow.
if this fight was before the election,
Yo,
I
bro,
would have
bro,
thought Trump was
bro.
gonna win.
For real,
Yo,
nah,
Nate,
he would have won.
Yo, what are
He
you
would've
doing, my man?
Yo.
Yo, Nate, call me next time, B.
Yo.
I would have took that fight for you.
Nah.
Yo, everybody want the fair
And
one
then,
with Jake now.
and now Mayweather's gonna go and fight his older brother. What's that about, man?
Nate and Mayweather cool.
Yeah, I know that's his man, and I
That's
have,
his man.
Mayweather's gonna be in the background next season.
Same
and I
way
don't
he
want-
grabbed
and I don't-
Adrian Broner, like, yo,
and
I
I
got
respect
you. I
the
go
hell
get
out
my
of
dollar for
Mayweather,
you.
but like, and he's coming to Nate's defense. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Like, I get his angle on things,
I don't wanna
but
see
my
that
thing,
damn fight.
but my
I don't
thing
wanna
is
see
like,
it
yo,
either,
bro,
but-
when you're on YouTube talking
I
about
hope
like
he
you're gonna
body
wash a
slammed
dude, he ain't on your level because this was. I don't know if people know
It's
that
going on
Nate
for a
was
minute.
talking wild smack.
Yeah.
And then you get in the ring with this cat, and yo, he puts you to sleep like Marquez did to Pacquiao.
Listen,
in fight number-
Frank, I know you watching.
Bro.
Frank said Nate was gonna knock out.
Yo, Frank was forget about it. I could have took Frank's house. Frank would have bet the
Frank
house.
said, yo,
bro.
you see how Nate putting them together?
Frank,
I said, yo, Frank, Nate,
I
I said, Nate
remember
gonna get
that.
knocked
I was
out.
like, I
Remember
don't
I told
know,
him, right?
man. I was like,
And
I
I
don't
showed
know,
him,
man.
I showed him Jake Paul highlights. I said, yo, this dude's gonna knock Nate out.
Oh man, the second
Nate,
phrase,
Nate looked like I was training my son how to box.
It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy, but you got to be careful when
He
you're
looking
talking
like,
that
he
smack.
looking like Michael B. Jordan and
Yo,
Creed.
bro.
Nah,
bro.
nah.
Bro.
No, Michael B. Jordan would beat what's the name, man?
The second one is your up and coming boxer now to look out for. Now that Tank is already, because you said, you mentioned Shakur Stevenson, which we haven't. You mentioned that time. Is that still your guy to be looking out for? Were you impressed with his last bout?
Yeah, I was very impressed. I still think he's gonna be one of the big superstars. But
Okay.
Another one to look out for. Chris mentioned him before is Gerard Boots Ennis.
Okay.
I think he's another one to keep your eye on.
Go ahead.
My boxer to look out for is Little B Hop.
Okay.
Chris Colbert.
Chris Colbert.
Oh,
is good.
Chris Colbert. I call him Colbert because I used to watch the
Yeah,
Colbert
Colbert
Report.
or
Yeah.
Colbert,
However you want to say it. Yeah, no, he's a beast. No,
130.
man. Yeah.
Yo, Shakur.
My guy's Ryan Garcia,
Watch it.
man. I feel like, like he's still not known in the boxing, in the real boxing fan world.
He's known
but,
in the social
he's
media
in
world.
social media, and I look forward to
Well,
big things for him.
He can't get known. Once
Yo,
he
and
gets
he's the
in.
one that's been training Jake Paul, so damn, like maybe he is good.
Yo, Nate should be mad at him.
Yo, for real. Yo, all right, the third phrase is Mayweather's return to boxing. What do you think?
One word?
Ridiculous.
Corny.
All right, the fourth one is Roy Jones Jr. versus Mike Tyson. Your thoughts?
Roy
Yo,
Jones got his ass beat.
Yo,
Yo,
it was
bro.
entertaining for what it was.
Yeah.
Because they had rules where they couldn't hurt each other. But Jesus Christ, my man, I know Roy had to take a mean dump after them body shots.
Tyson hit him with-
Bro,
Yo.
he fought it in the ring. He fought
Yo,
it heavy in the ring, bro.
He might have shorted a little
Yeah,
bit
he
in
shot
them
him,
trunks,
yeah.
bro.
He felt that one body blow. He was like, "Yo, nah, I'm good.
He had
I'm not doing
he had
this."
the pins that night.
My man was running for his life the rest of that fight, bro.
Yo, and it's it really.
And I don't blame him, bro. The
It's
dude
a-
still
it's
hits
a-
that hard shit.
It surprised me because
Yeah.
Mike been out the ring for 15 years.
Yeah.
Roy been out the ring 3 years. I thought Roy would. I mean,
Nah.
but it wasn't no boxing rule. It wasn't a real fight.
You
So,
can't train power.
but I thought that Roy would like do a little jab and moving around the ring. But once they took the rules out that they can't really engage, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What we
But
forgetting though?
but those gut shots, my man, was hilarious.
Yo, what?
These
Bro, you could
dudes-
see his face. He was like, nah.
It would have worked. It
Yeah,
would
he
have
was
worked in
holding
their
his stomach
40s.
like this at the end of
Yo.
the fight when they were talking to the post fight.
It would have worked in their 40s.
Yo, he was out of breath.
Bro, my
They in
man.
the
Yo, but
50s.
Roy Jones came into the fight with Fly Tetas, my man.
Yo,
What's up? Did he not work
man,
out for
the
this
flight that does on deck?
Roy's what, 51?
Yo, did he not work out for this fight, bro?
I'm like, yo, bro,
Yo.
you think this is a joke? My man went in there ready, Mike Tyson.
Yo,
Yo,
he
listen,
had
yo,
boobies, my man.
Tyson
Yo.
is retarded.
We call them moobs?
Tyson
Man
retarded.
boobs?
Tyson not normal, man.
Nah,
Tyson
Tyson is
retarded.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that was
God,
Straight
God
out,
bless him,
special
man.
leg, be like.
I love Mike
like,
Tyson.
and
I don't
you
know
know-
what
and-
media would be without
And
Mike
you know
Tyson.
they got
man,
extra
for real.
power.
Yeah, that was dumb
Special
funny.
leg dudes got extra
That's
power.
facts. That's a
Roy
fact,
Jones
man.
probably was an honor roll student
Yeah, nah, man. That's
with
a
talent.
fact. Yeah.
You fighting this dude?
Yo,
Come
Mike
on,
gonna
man.
beat you up. He running to you
Nah,
somewhere.
Mike
for
ain't
that
beating me
line.
up, son.
Nah, I don't know. That's twice on our podcast. You should have Mike Tyson.
Yo, I ain't shit on it. It's what it is, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Mike,
man.
I don't know this guy.
Yo, listen. You see how this dude trying to sell me out? They ain't gonna help me if Mike run up on me?
What he says has no bearing on what I think. I'm telling you, man.
Yo, Vega helped me out.
Yeah. All right, the fifth situation is the saddest boxing moment that you've experienced.
Lomachenko.
No. Saddest for me.
Shots fired, you know.
Hey yo, saddest for me is when.
Were you crying when Lomo lost? I'm just be honest. I wasn't with you.
Nah, but I think I cried when Marquez put my son Pacquiao.
Yeah, that was sad.
Oh, I didn't even
That-
think about that one.
That was my saddest moment.
Yeah.
I think I might have went in the bathroom. He gonna cry in the car.
Yeah.
My saddest, honestly. I don't got no saddest.
No, none. All right. So my saddest was
'cause-
both times Cotto lost to the big boys. You know, Pacquiao and Mayweather Jr. That was
Saddest?
sad. It wasn't fun. I was
Rhoda keep
crying.
letting me down. And
I know
keep
you love
giving him hope.
AB, man.
I keep
I
giving
know.
him hope, but he keep
Yeah,
letting
no,
me down.
I mean, you know, AB,
That's-
you know, it is
Hey,
what
You
it
like
is,
one.
man.
You like one of them baby mamas who don't give up on that cheating dog, baby daddy.
Hey, yo, they gonna call me a baby mama.
No,
Yo.
man, I almost said it again.
No, it's all good. Don't
Nah,
worry.
no, it's true though.
It's
Like,
jokes though.
yo,
It's jokes.
Rona make
Yeah.
you a believer,
Yeah.
and then when you go into the fight, you still.
I don't know what
you
you've
still
been
know-
believing. I think you just
No,
like
you know he gonna get his
You
ass
like his
whipped
flash.
sometimes.
You know what I'm saying?
I just
Yeah.
like him, but he
Yeah,
just.
yeah.
come on,
You like him as a human being. That's
Yeah,
your
yo,
guy. Yeah.
fuck, like, yo, Brona, you.
Shout out to AB,
yo,
man.
you
I
a
hope you get
clown,
all that
B.
situation.
I'm calling you a clown.
Oh, he's definitely
cut it out.
punching you when he
Ooh.
see you.
Cut it out. Yo.
Don't bump into him
Yo,
at the bar.
yo, listen, yo, I'll pop off on him. You crazy?
No, you won't.
Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Don't bump into him at the bar.
Yes, I
Okay.
will. Yes, I will. Yo,
Bro,
listen,
come see me before you hit
listen,
Chris, please.
Bro, to fight. Yo, right on his neck, man. Power drive. You crazy?
I mean, you could beat him in a rap battle, probably.
That's a fact.
Why they do Versace? I'm doing Louis
Yo,
V.
that's a fact.
Louis V.
No, but that last track was ill. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Give us some love for that one.
Lying.
Nah,
This is
AB,
dirt.
no, stop rapping, man.
I'm sorry, my man. Yo, AB, man. Yeah, come on, man.
Oh man, well guys, thank you for joining us joining me on the Angel of
Yeah,
Words podcast, boxing correspondent DD Vega. Where can we catch you on Instagram? We want to drop comments and talk BS on the gram with you, man, or anywhere else.
Third World _Didi.
All right, and my man Chris Jenrette, where can we find you? We want to talk some boxing smack, man.
Catch me on Mr. Stacky 84. Also, I got a DJ Instagram. Also, DJ Stacky
DJ
2020.
Stacky, baby. 2020.
Follow me 2020.
Facts.
DJ Stacky
The
2020.
third world is the number 3 RD World _Didi.
And everyone, when I start season 2, please, keep a lookout for coming soon, 2021 at some point. We're going to have a one-on-one conversation with DD Vega about some important and interesting situations, which we will not say now because we want to keep you in suspense. But everyone, thank you for joining us on the Angel of Words podcast, and thank you for tuning in. This was the Sweet Science Part 2, and we'll be talking to you later, all right?
Peace.
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that action-packed interview with Angel of Words boxing correspondents Didi Vega and Chris Jenrette talking that smack about one of our favorite sports, that pugilism, baby, that boxing life. You can find the Angel of Words podcast on YouTube. Don't forget to click on that notification bell, Angel of Words ENT. You could also find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to leave a donation, it's Cash App AOW NYC. Plus, if you want to know what I'm up to on my social media and get that exclusive content, you could do so at Angel of Words ENT, all one word. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Talk to you later.